All right. Looks like everything's working. Microphone's working. We're live. So just received 5:51 p.m. my time. So that's 7:51 Eastern. This just came in the mail. This is the premium paperback from DTRPG. So finally, it's been almost a month. I think Jan 10th, we sent it to proof, or we sent it to print to be proofed. So here it is. This is the paperback, glossy. They don't give you any other options that I've been able to find. You can see that so let's compare it to the Lulu paperback. So Lulu is the matte 7x10. You can see the borders go all the way to the edge here, right? Now again, Dell had to make that. This is the cover that we designed that was required for DTRPG. They gave us the sizes and everything. So this is the actual requirements that Brian had to meet for DTRPG for the cover. So it's got a black border around it, which is fine, right? Glossy. Very nice. The back, you'll see, of course, this one was done by Dell. This is completely different. But the black back with the red murmur tree, and of course our ISBN number, which is very cool. So the ISBN number is done by DTRPG. Very cool. The premium color paper is fantastic. It's a sharper white, greater contrast between the black and the white. So very clean, bright white, but you'll notice how close it is there to the gutters, to the very, I mean, it's pretty tight, right? So I've already flipped through it real quick just to make sure everything looks good. And again, you'll see the richer black, richer black. Now the comic book's much more contrast, a little more sharper. And of course, we get that real saturated black without it bleeding through the pages. So the comic book pages look great. Yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal. There's the murmur that wraps up the comic. The 7 truths. Yeah, I mean, it definitely rides. Some of the pages really ride. And you can see there is a white, all of those black pages have a slight white edge, again, to all of them. I don't think that's something it's not something we can do much about. Again, that's the top. You can see these white. I just don't think there's much we can do about that. As we set the bleeds, all of it went to the proper bleeds. So it's just something to do with how the printing process, or both Lulu and drive-through. So I don't think there's much we can do about that in particular, but it looks fantastic. Again, lessons, this was our very first endeavor ever to produce a role-playing game book. The quality is fantastic. I'm very, very happy with it and proud of it. But of course, the next version, of course, the next book we do will be all that much better as we've learned some valuable setup and writing, etc. lessons. Looks good. I mean, again, only a couple of pages. I mean, you can just see how tight that is on the, and I think that's fairly normal to some degree. I've got other books from drive-through, and I just think they do ride close to the right on the seams, close to the gutters. But you can read it. I mean, I can hold it open if the presenter determines a task requires a roll. So it looks great. I can hold it open, and you can read it. It isn't like you can't read it. And like I said, I think that's normal, to be honest. I would have to find one of my other books from Lulu and take a gander, but boy, the paper, this is premium color paper, looks brilliant. The again, greater saturation in the colors, bright white, and good contrast with the blacks. Yeah, see, and the gutter isn't bad. You can see, like, for instance, Dredgewater, pretty tight. I got to really pull that open. That's the map, of course. So again, there's nothing there really, but just the top of Dredgewater. So you see the map. Maps look really nice. Let's see here, Northwich, the Sea Kingdom. So you can see how that Sea Kingdom is really tight. You see that? Really tight. I mean, there's just not a whole lot of room there to mess around. Look how tight this one is. That's page 45. So this is this is one of our session setups, adventures that you can use. This one is Harvest Time by myself, and the page 45, which is our pre-generated characters. Well, you can see how tight that is to the gutters. That's pretty tight. Again, it's, I think, fairly normal. It's not something that I think is necessarily bad. It just runs tight on these paperbacks. Again, the other great thing is the Dark Age of Man on the spine, which is beautiful, and our logo, Candlelight Games. I mean, it really is a nice book. It really is. Let's see here. So this is the Drive-Thru RPG Premium Color. I'm looking to see if there's any weird, just anything weird. There's our Swamp Beast art. There's our Succubus. There's the Wyvern wrapped around a stump. It's pretty cool. Sweet. One of my favorites, the Wraith and the Dungeon Crawlers. It's absolutely brilliant. The Spider. Full page art, man. And then, of course, the skeletons. All looks great. The werewolf, the troll, the zombie, skewered zombie, the Mark Kernow's Dark Age of setting tables to assist in adding more stuff to your settings, and then all the Dark Age of examples of play. And they look great. And again, on this now, which is interesting, a little more room on those gutters. So I don't know what the difference is, unless just how the pages got laid in the book. Because this, there's no sense. There's nothing tight there at all on either border. You can see the glossary, how tight the glossary is in the gutters. I mean, that's probably the tightest right there. I mean, you really got to fold that open. Hide. I mean, I can read it when I'm here, straight on. It looks great, right? When it goes straight in. So, but already, just getting it broke in, it's a little easier to get to those edges. I don't see anything cattywampus. There's Dell's thank yous, right? My thank yous. Looks good, man. Really nice. And again, it's glossy, color paperback. And these are how we had to provide the cover. So it does have a black border around it, but it looks great. Again, the spine with our logos, Candlelight Games, and our ISBN. That's beautiful. There is, as far as 7x10, exactly the same size, completely identical in size. You can see the Lulu copy is a little thinner, so Lulu here, the dark, is just a tiny bit thinner. I don't know if you can see that. Lulu's this one here, just a little thinner book than the glossy paperback here. So that's also interesting. It's just a slightly thinner book. It's I would say even the paper here is really the same, probably the same level white. It's just because it's not, you just don't see the same saturated black, of course, because it's not the glossy paper. But it's difficult for me not to uh, boy, it would be tough to say which one I would like the most. I mean, there's no doubt I like the richness in the color, and I like the whiter uh, paper with a slightly darker ink. Certainly for the comic book portion. So, but aside from that, they are for the most part, of course, in our logo and our QRCs in color here, and of course our table of contents, right, which is sweet. And there's that. So this particular version is also the older version. So there's no table of contents in this Lulu proof. Now this is not the Lulu book you will buy. The Lulu book you will buy has the red cover, and it has the table of contents, and it has darker colors. So this is a slightly different version. Isn't as dark, and does not have our color logo, and nor does it have the table of contents. So this was a proof book. It was not the final version that is available. So when you order your Dark Age of Man mat, you're gonna have a table of contents, you're gonna have the color logo, and you're gonna have the red book, right? So that gives us, it's gonna give us 3 different books. The matte, which is different on Lulu, the hardback, which is different on Lulu, slightly different covers, and then you're gonna see the premium color paper glossy with a slightly different cover, and then our hardback, which is due any day now. This was shipped about 3 days before the hardback proof. 3 days after they emailed me this was on its way, I got the notice that they had mailed the hardback. So that's the last one to look at. I do not see anything we need to change in this, so I will okay this proof. This should go up for sale the minute, unless there's something else I'm supposed to do. And of course, they've added the ISBN for DTRPG there in the corner, which is very cool. So absolutely brilliant. It would just be a matter of what kind of quality paper and color you want, and maybe what kind of cover you might want, whether you want matte or glossy, whether you want hardback. They're all color, but the drive-through are a little more expensive because of the premium color. And again, unfortunately, all of them have this little bit of white on the pages. I'm not certain how we could do anything different with that. But they look good, man. The comic book is just brilliant. And again, I think the Lulu, I haven't seen the Lulu matte paperback, the final one that Dell's finished. I mean, that has been released for sale. So I have no idea what the black saturation looks like in that. But it'll probably be a little darker than this proof I have. So they have it. And I really do love the black bag with the red tree. That is beautiful. Very, very nice. The black ink, on the side there, Dark Age of Man in black with the red logo. So our logo color matches our tree. It really is nice. It really is nice. And of course, you can see the comic book. So you can tell the bleeds did go to the edge, because we have black lines where it would go to the edge. Same up here. Or up here, notice there are no black edges. So it's clear the bleeds on the comic book pages did not go to the edge, but the bleeds did go to the edge, right on the right edge. So somehow the bleeds are just slightly off on the top, or it's just how they print them out. That's all I can figure. So there you go. I just wanted to share this for those interested and waiting. That is finally a look at the glossy premium color from DTRPG. I will okay this for sale, and this will now be available from drive-through. And then again, the hardback is supposed to be due in the mail any day now, and then I will do the same with that. I will share the quality of that book here. So anybody interested in purchasing these will have a very good idea of the quality of what they're getting and what they can expect. But I am thrilled with the books from both Lulu and Drive Through so far. I haven't seen the hardback for this, and I'm really anxious because that premium color paper with the hardback is going to be interesting, especially with how every inch of that page is used. Right, again, when you're looking straight at it, it's not a problem with the gutters. Trying to show it in the here, it's kind of hard to see. But, you know, and again, I think that's pretty normal. If I were to get out my dead ball baseball game, I don't have anything currently available from Lulu. I don't have any of my other books purchased from other game companies available here on my bookshelf to look at the how close. It may have more to do with how they put the book together than it does our actual leads. Gutters, excuse me, gutters. So good, man. Okay, thank you for watching, everybody, and have a great night. Bye.